Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday, hump day. Hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. You guys are in for a treat today. And if you come to CLIPA CON 2025 in Nashville, you are in for even a bigger treat. So we have a special guest on today. Very excited to have him part of the program and part of CLIPA CON as our keynote speaker. Please help me welcome Joshua Latimer.
What's up, Matt? Super excited to see you. Excited to come to CLIPA CON. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm sorry there wasn't like the background like yay, the cheering. We have to work on our effects and stuff like that. So Shira will work on that for future.
We do a laugh track for my jokes too. So
there you go.
Laughs like old sitcoms on TV.
Yeah, exactly. I have to have the same. I think I'm funny, but a lot of people are like, yeah.
That's why we make kids, because kids tell you the truth. I heard someone one time, they said, if a kid tells you you're fat, it's because you're fat. Like they just tell the actual truth, right? They're like, Dad, that's not funny. I'm like, okay, I'll do better next time.
That's great. Yeah, a lot of the jokes I do are it's kind of a dry sense of humor joke where it just goes, over like, I try to make the class laugh, the audience laugh, whatever I'm doing. But there's so many things that I think are just hilarious that just and you just kind of look around the room and some people, they look offended. Some people are clueless, and then some people are laughing. So
yeah, that happened to me literally less than 24 hours ago. I have 5 kids, and one of the things I do when I go to Chick-fil-A, they ask for your name for the order, right? Yeah. And I always say a fake name every single time because it's like hilarious. So my name is Antonio or it's Eduardo. I don't know. I use Spanish sounding name, but I use these fake names. But this time I pulled up when they're going to give me my food, and I told the people, they're like, Ted? I'm like, actually, I use a fake name every time I come here because it's kind of hilarious to me and my kids. And they just stared at me deadpan. Like they didn't think it was funny at all. They're like, looked at me like I was some sort of freak, right? I'm like, no, it's funny, right? And I look at my kid and he's just staring there. And it was the most awkward thing. I shouldn't have revealed my secret. It was terrible.
Are they catching on to you, or is this different Chick-fil-A's are going? Eventually got to catch on.
One time I told him one time my name was Guillermo. And he's like, yeah, how do you spell that? And I'm like, I don't know.
So Gearmo.
Yeah, I'm a horrible speller. It's okay. You can still make lots of money and succeed in business and be terrible at spelling, I promise.
Yeah, exactly. So you seem like you're a Christian man. You really hold the values of the Bible. You've got the slay like David. Is that a reference to David and Goliath? Is that what that's a reference to?
Yeah, I refer to myself as a fringe Christian because I have enough to offend kind of everybody on every angle, but we're Jesus people. But this hat is really good for business because it means little rocks kill big giants. That's what it means to me. Yeah. And like we make more money with our brain than we do with our back. Good. And by just thinking differently, we can manufacture profits. We can grow our business. But what happens is people, because I started out as a window cleaner many moons ago, and we're kind of programmed when you have a technical mindset to just like grind harder, and we don't zoom out and think. And so slay like David, little rocks kills big giants means how do I know things other people don't know? So I can do things other people can't do. So I can ultimately have things other people can't have. It's like there's so much power in the nuance of little things that we do in our business that prints money. And if you just have a technical mindset and you don't zoom out and think, you're just missing all of that opportunity because, you're not going to achieve all of your hopes and dreams just by working harder. Some of the hardest working people in the world are the lowest paid people in the world.
Yeah, sure.
So that's what that hat means to me.
Yeah. No, I love it. And I sent you a message on Facebook. Hopefully you don't mind me sending that to you. And I didn't want to say it the wrong way. The message was about David and his faults, basically how he, he went through some bad times where it was one thing after another, but it just shows that you can be forgiven, and then David comes back and he slays the beast, type thing. And
the story of David, there's a great series on Amazon Prime called House of David. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, it's amazing because, this little rock kills this 9-foot Philistine Nephilim creature thing. It's this epic like story. What people don't realize about that story is David was like told you're going to be king. And then he had 15 years of pain and suffering, and then he was king. And entrepreneurship feels like this. It's like you get the bug, you get the vision. You're like, okay, I can see it. Like, I'm not working for Larry anymore. Larry's a jerk. I can do this on my own. And we get in business, and it's like constant, I call it grape crushing. Everybody wants the wine, but no one wants the crushing of the grapes, right? It's like there's this refinement period, the pressure cooker. Myron Golden says it a different way. He says, between every anointing and every appointing is a season of disappointing. So I don't know, we can have church if you want to, but like business is so big, and we have people that look up to us, and making more money isn't just about buying a hot tub and a jet ski. It's about paying your employees slightly above market rate so that your job is stickier. It's about choices, investing in other technology, being able to invest in training, having breathing rooms so you can think clearly. Zig Ziglar said that money isn't everything, but it's similar to air, because when you don't have enough of it, it's the only thing you can think about.
Sure.
And I don't know. I think all of that stuff parallels with the story of David and the journey that we're all on.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to keep on that topic of the values and stuff like that, because that is one of the values that I try to adhere to, in life and in business is, and it really makes me think of you when I think of this value, and it's generosity. And the stuff I've seen you do over the years, I've been part of stuff that you've done in the past. But you just seem like a real genuine guy, and generosity seems like it's part of your portfolio of how you operate in business and life. Can you touch upon that a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, I'll just cut to the chase and tell the truth. So I have our core value. My main company right now is called Honor and Fire LLC. That's like the company. Our products, our war plant, we have a bunch of products, but our core value is radical generosity. I'm obsessed with generosity. I just think it's a thing. I don't think necessarily everybody has to view it like I do, but when I was 12 years old, I felt like I should give all my money away. And I did. And I felt like that was amazing. And even when we were poor, which was for a long time, we were always generous. To me, money replenishes. It comes and it goes. It comes and it goes, right? A lot of people, if you have a closed fist on every dollar in your hand, it's hard for new dollars to come into your hand. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of like practical benefits too, for being generous, because it's a mindset thing. A lot of people have in business an orphan mindset, including me when I first got started, meaning every decision we make, we're optimizing for survival. It's hard to even zoom out 7 days in the future. It's like, I need to pay my bill. I got to do this. This bad thing is going to happen. There's anxiety, right? And part of the level up in business and your entrepreneur journey is opening up your hand a little bit, investing in yourself a little bit, investing in other people, gradually having more of an abundance mentality, because really good things happen to you. And you can graduate from this orphan mindset to like a son-daughter mindset, or eventually a king-queen mindset. It's a whole deep thing, but I think generosity is a cheat code. And if you're struggling and you become more generous while you're still struggling, good things happen to you. And it seems counterintuitive, but most success principles are paradoxes. They are counterintuitive, right? It's like, no, someday when I'm really successful and I have way more than I need, then I'm totally going to be generous. No, you won't.
Yeah.
No, you won't. You either will right now or you won't ever. And
And that's what a lot of people think is generosity is just writing a check, but it's not. And I read something the other day that says you need to be generous to the point where you feel uncomfortable. Like you get to the point where you feel uncomfortable giving. Wow, man, I don't even know if I have that money to donate here or here or here. But it's more than just writing checks. And a lot of people have that in their head, like, oh, I just write a check. That's the way I should operate. And that's great. I mean, it's fine that they do that, but I think there's more to it. And it's a subject that a lot of people should read into, because I think it really moves mountains, when you give and help other people. And for us to be in a position where we can do that, I think it's very important for us.
Yeah, man. One of my business heroes is a Texas entrepreneur named Robert G. Letourneau. No one really knows who this guy is, but he's basically the reason we won World War II. He had over 300 patents when he died, even though he had a 7th grade education. He invented the offshore oil rig. His story is insane. And he's dead. He's been dead for a long time, but he was worth hundreds of millions of dollars like 80 years ago. And he lived on 10% of what he made, and he gave 90%, which I think is just so crazy cool. I have a signed copy of a book from him that my wife got me. And I just think that's amazing, because the purpose of a business is to serve a clientele and to serve the staff, right? So one of my business partners, Michael Kaplan, he built a pretty big $20 million carpet cleaning business years ago.
Yeah.
And he called his employees internal customers. So you have external customers and internal customers. And generosity isn't just about money. It's about your time, your effort, your energy, and your money, and lots of things. So it's good. It's a good way to live. I'm not perfect at any of this. I hope I don't sound like I'm on some high horse or
No, of course not. I mean, I'm asking the questions, and you're knocking them out of the park, which is great.
It's just it's a mindset. And if you have an orphan scarcity mindset, life is hard. And life's hard kind of either way. So it's a choose your hard, but man, being generous, knowing that things are going to work out for you, even if you don't have a lot of evidence with your eyes at the moment, it's a cheat code to life.
Yeah.
Truly.
1000%. Love it. Love it. Thank you. And I'm sure people are here taking lots of notes. If you're not, you better rewind this back and take a lot of notes, because I think there's so much truth coming out of that, and people can be more generous than they should be. So hopefully they're taking notes and not just taking notes. But
the other thing to keep in mind is, like, you can't be generous with what you don't have. Right. So like socialism is being generous with other people's money. Right? So I don't roll with that. That's weird. You know, the problem with socialism, Margaret Thatcher said, is you eventually run out of other people's money to give away. But if you think about even your dreams, like I ran a workshop a couple weeks ago there was 175 people on this workshop, and I had everybody list out their top 3 dreams, just their top 3. There's all these things you want to do, but I had them quantify their dreams. Meaning, like, if your dream is to pay off your house and to go to Italy for a month and to save $100,000 in cash, you know, that those 3 dreams equal a certain amount of money. Like, we need $602,000 to do those top 3 dreams. Yeah. Then I said, you know, divide into that number how much extra profit per year you have right now. And, you know, this is above and beyond like your expenses and the emergency fund for the transmission going out in the work truck. But like, with the way your business is now, how much extra cash flow and profit can you just throw towards this dream? And we did the math as a group, and the average amount of years it was going to take people to accomplish just their top 3 dreams was 33.41 years. And the reason we did this was because, well, it's kind of a sickening, gross feeling when you calculate it, but it's also empowering because it helps us reframe our brain around the importance of profit, because you can't pay for your dreams with revenue. You can't pay for your dreams by just desiring them. Everybody desires everything, right? We got to have a plan. We got to think differently. And you can, and even without spending money, just by changing your processes, you can turn that 33 years into 6 years or into 36 months, right? And building wealth has more to do with collapsing timeframes than it even does with money, because technically, you'll make $1 million working at McDonald's, but it takes 30 years to do it. Yeah. You know, and making $1 million in 30 days isn't the same as 30 years. So the variable is time and the way you think about it. Yeah. I love that. It's powerful. If you are not on our website right now, CLIPA.com, buying your ticket so you can come see Josh speak, I don't know what you're doing. So pull the trigger, get on there, buy your ticket. You have an opportunity to come see him speak, and we're looking forward to it. So with that topic in mind, what can they expect at CLIPA CON? I mean, everything you're saying right now is just amazing. What can they expect to see when they come to CLIPA CON and watch you keynote for us? I think what we're going to talk about, and by the way, if you come, I've given out free high fives the whole time, right? Maybe even like a fist bump, a hug, like, you know, there's something powerful about being knees to knees and toes to toes in real life. I mean, the internet's cool. It's not the same thing as coming to an event at all. Nope. Something can unlock in your head by being around other people. One of the things that'll happen when you go to this event is you're going to meet someone who has a way more successful business than you. And you're going to realize, wait a second, that guy's not even that smart. I really can do this, right? And I'm not disparaging. What I'm saying is, you can do this. You really, really can do this. Things can change for you. So I think in terms of subject matter, we're going to talk about FRAP, which is an acronym for frequency, referrals, average ticket, and pricing. And I'm going to teach. There's really 16 moves within FRAP. I'll do as many as I can. There's things you can do for free that always create profit. You know, the problem is people think they need more leads, and they're hiring all these marketing agencies, and they kind of go from this one to this one, because I don't know if it's just me, but there's like 32 times more marketing agencies now than there was 5 years ago. And they promise the world, and they're like, oh, in 3 to 6 months. The problem isn't leads. The problem is that value of your customer is too low. the margins are too low. There's not enough meat on the bone for you to even advertise correctly, which is why it feels like, a slot machine when you spend money on marketing. So we're going to talk about how to think different to create more breathing room, oxygen, your profit. It's really great. I've done this for years, and it works. It's logic, right? And so I'll break that down at CLIPA CON.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see you speak. Really looking forward to it. Unfortunately, I missed you at the last event. But it was the CLIPA crew came back. They were raving about you. So very excited. I've seen you talk in different things, but I'm really looking forward to seeing, as you mentioned, in person. And always in person is such a better thing. You have an opportunity to network and talk. And that's what these events are about, is to, who knows, I will take ownership of the fact that we had a couple now married that met at CLIPA CON. So
that's awesome.
I thought it was pretty cool. So don't expect to come and meet your future wife, but anyway, there's opportunity.
Hey, we're not saying you won't. We're not saying you won't meet your future wife.
It's possible, but it could be your next business partner. It could be your next business adventure that you find at one of these events. So hopefully it's at CLIPA CON you find that. So I like to ask this question. Everybody comes in here. What are you doing in 2025 to level up personally and in business?
Well, one thing we did about 8 weeks ago is my wife and I recently joined a high ticket mastermind group. It's like $150,000 a year to be in this group, which maybe that sounds totally insane and crazy, right? But it's because I haven't had a mentor for myself in several years. And it's my personal belief that everybody, I don't care if you have no employees and you started a business 5 years ago, I think everybody should have a mentor and be a mentor until you're dead. There's just something about it that shortcuts time. There's this weird positive pressure it puts on you to show up and go faster. And there's a lot of weird benefits. And what's crazy is these really expensive groups, like the one that we're in, we're not like talking on the phone every day. We get together in person like 3 times a year. And that's all that it is. And because it's high ticket, it's like it acts as this filter. It puts this positive pressure. And you wind up doing things you know you need to do, but you're just not doing faster. Not to mention the insight and stuff is just mind blowing. So, it might be hard the first time if you've never done something like that. It is hard. It makes you want to throw up. You start freaking out. Your palms get sweaty, right? But you can get one nugget, because if you go to CLIPA CON, it costs money. It costs time. You got to get on an airplane. You have to deal with TSA. All that stuff sucks. That's the bad part. The good part, if you have an investor mindset, is that you could get one practical thing that could make $100,000 extra for you in the next 6 months. And when you look at it like that, you become like a gold hunter. You're looking for the nugget. You're looking for the nugget.
Yeah.
It's really easy to get an ROI if you have that type of mindset.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And that's your personal level up, right?
Yeah.
What do we got for business? What can we expect?
Well, I mean, I guess then that's a business. It's a business mastermind.
Yeah. So you just knocked them out both in one little. You slayed it in one talk. That was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, there's three things we need to level up. We need the right mindsets, the right skill sets, and the right network. And so I'm always thinking about that because it's so simple and it's true. Like, how do we think different? How do we have mastery over things?
Yeah.
Then who are we networking with and spending time with? And you got to be careful. Jesus was God and he only had 12 people in his inner circle, right? So if you get 1 or 2 really good, trustworthy, high level thinking dreamer people in your world, it's huge, personally and professionally. So, go to events like this and find your next foxhole buddy that's going to lock arms with you. It's a big deal.
Love it. Very powerful. Love it so much. So if you guys want to join us August 19th and 20th at CLIPA CON, we want to thank our sponsors. First of all, Mr. Pipeline, Action Lighting. Look down below. It's down there. S4, Tough Clips, Tencel, Gordian Staffing, Holiday Home Concepts, Lightorama, CLIPA CON 2025, August 19th and 20th. You do not want to miss it. And you don't want to miss Joshua speaking. You like Josh or Joshua?
Usually Josh. If you're mad at me, switch it to Joshua. That's what my wife does. If she says Joshua, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, and I know my son's name's Joshua, so it's like Joshua. Right. I just or Josh, so love the name. Cool. Looking forward to it. So Josh, I won't yell at you. I said in calm tone, Joshua. That's also meaning that you're in trouble too, Joshua. You can
Oh
say,
yeah, that's even worse. That's
yeah,
like level 3 trouble. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So thank you for your time. I know your time is very valuable. We appreciate it. We are looking forward to hearing you speak. We have a great lineup this year. The lineup, you just got to go and catch that nugget from each of them, because there is going to be a nugget from every one of them. So we're looking forward to everybody joining us in Nashville, August 19th and 20th for CLIPA CON 2025. Very excited to see you and everybody else out there. It's going to be a great event. So it's one you do not want to miss. So get your tickets today. You visit clipa.com and you can purchase them there. Make sure, if you're going to go to the huge convention, make sure you look and you do get a discount for buying it through the huge. You get a discount to ClipACon or vice versa. So make sure you take advantage of that. We have special pricing on the hotel as well. So if you haven't been to the Gaylord, have you been to the Gaylord Opryland?
Many times. It's absolutely insanely epic. It's so cool. We even went there on our honeymoon 23 years ago. So we're a fan. Yeah.
Okay. I tell everybody, make sure you get a map. First thing when you get there, make sure you get a map, because you will get lost and you'll find yourself. But it's a great place to get lost. You're like, I don't know where my room is, but this is cool. I'm in an atrium with a boat and Willy Wonka's coming through, type thing. So I think it's an amazing hotel. Looking forward to it. Make sure you stay there and enjoy the venue. So looking forward to it. Joshua, thank you very much. Appreciate you. And we'll see you in Nashville.
Thanks for having me, Matt.
All right.